Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm nature journaling. What an exciting day today. Well, first of all, I wrote some thoughts in my journal. When I woke up this morning, I was thinking about the blue in nature because yesterday I had blue skies and blue azure butterflies. And I was wondering what else in nature was blue. Of course, I have seen bluebirds in our yard. And then, I remember seeing a blue fleck in the photograph of my sparkly rock the other day. So I looked up some resources. I have this Roadside Geology of Connecticut and Rhode Island book. And according to this resource, there are some gneisses and pegmatites in this area that contain aluminum-rich minerals. One of them is kyanite, which is a pale blue mineral. So I got out my gems and mineral set. And got out my piece of kyanite. Kind of looks like a sparkly blue mica, doesn't it? I grabbed my Zoomy and my computer, and I went out to the sparkly rock to search for some kyanite. Well, I'm outside right now, sitting by sparkly rock. I brought my computer and my Zoomy outside. I wanted to get a close-up look of all the sparkly bits. At first I was very disappointed because I couldn't find any. I kept seeing quartz crystals and mica crystals, but no blue flecks. I searched and searched and finally thought I saw something that looked a little blue. When I went inside, I checked my Zoomy photographs on my computer, and there was the kyanite, a beautiful blue fleck in my sparkly rock. Another thing that I discovered when I was using the Zoomy on the rock was there was an intrusive area of smaller grained minerals. It is interesting on this part of the rock, though. If you look at the texture, some part is finer and some part is coarser. Most of the rock had larger grains, but this one intrusive area had smaller grains. But my exciting find of the day was the kyanite. To get this sparkle on my kyanite and some of the quartz and mica, I use these Daniel Smith watercolors that shimmer, pearlescent and iridescent. And then I went out to the meadow. I wanted to check the high bush blueberry buds to see if they had burst open yet. It's March 28th. We have gray skies. Once in a while we get a little peek of sun. It's about 50 degrees, but it feels cooler and damper than that today because there's no sun. Husband has his tractor out again, so there's going to be tractor noises in the background. There he is. We all have our toys that we like to play with. His are all very noisy though. Okay, I made it out to the clearing after stopping at the sparkly rock to play with my Zoomy. Got a little bit of a clearing here. While I was out there, I decided to sit down in my chair and do a quick mini landscape. We call these Landscapitos. John Muir Laws, who wrote the book, I'll call it the Bible, The Laws Guide to Nature Drawing and Journaling, uses these little Landscapitos in his journal. I like to include them because if you're doing a study, say of the high bush blueberry, and you're just drawing the twig, you don't get a sense of the habitat that you got it from. So if you include these little landscapes, you can see where you've gotten the twig from. So this is in its setting, and then this would be a detailed study. Next to the high bush blueberry was a whole patch of these sweet peppers or summer sweets, shrubs. This is a clethra variety. This is a high bush blueberry, and it blooms in the spring, and you can see that the buds are swelling already. And compare that to a shrub that blooms later in the summer. This is a summer sweet. It doesn't bloom until the middle of the summer, and you can't see any swelling buds on it, just these seed cases from last year. Spring is a good time to check the buds on trees and bushes. And one thing to look for is that the size of the buds. I believe on the high bush blueberry, and we'll find out for sure, that the larger buds up here are going to be the flowers and the smaller buds down here are going to be the leaves. Another thing to look for in the spring is to note the time that the buds burst open. So I made a lot of notes about what I was looking at. I did my Landscapito, and then I came inside and I sketched my little twigs that I brought in, made some notes about these. High bush blueberry is very important to wildlife. Songbirds, game birds, bears, small mammals, and even people like to eat the blueberries. It's very valuable to bumblebees also. The sweet pepper bush, this doesn't bloom till late summer, but it's very fragrant. The birds like to eat the fruit, and that's how the seeds get spread around. It likes poorly drained soils. We learned that the other day when I was out nature journaling in the rain, how I have clay soils that doesn't drain very well. And this is a native to our area. So I call this our native butterfly bush or our native hummingbird bush because they both love these flowers in the summertime. So it was quite a busy day today, out in the meadow, zooming in on kyanite and doing a comparison study of a shrub that blooms in the spring and one that blooms in the summer. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.